Hello everyone, my name is Crypt, you can also call me Creepy, and lately I've been playing this mod called HBM Nuclear Tech mod in 1.7.10, and there's this fork that's called NTM Space, where basically you can go into space, and there's a game mode named the Martian. It's a world generation where you start on Mars, and you start in this base. It's quite hard, so I figured there's no tutorial on this game mode yet, so I'll make one for the new players. This is the base. It's not very big. If you see the size of the machine you can build in this mod. There's the airlock. For this tutorial I'll go over a few things, what you can't have on this planet, which is called Duna, and what to do. So first, if your spawn looks like this, restart the world. Okay, this is a very bad spawn, there's snow in the way, and I suggest you get a minimap mode, and you're going to search for these things, which are structures. If you have no structures, like 30 blocks in each direction, restart, because it's going to take a while to just walk and find some structures. So if you teleport just here, firstly, what you can't have on Duna, you can't have the nether, it doesn't work. Even if you get some lava with some molten meteorite blocks, like when a meteorite strikes the ground, the blocks are molten, and if you break them, it drops lava. But lava is useful for other things. And you can't have coal or lignite, which is very important. You need coal for a lot of things, and you don't have coal on this planet. So, first things, let's see what you start with. We start with liquid oxygen, infinite amount, because you have the oxygen pinwheel. You can remove it for hard mode. I don't suggest you to do that. It's already very hard, and if you have a limited time to do everything, you're just going to die in like 2 hours. This game mode is very time consuming, by the way. Like very long time consuming. You have a limited supply of water, only 1 tank, and you can't find water anywhere else because it's like a desert of snow and sand. You have an air vent. The room you can fill with this it's quite big. I think it's over there. Well, there you see the particle. I needed to put another one. So you start with armor modification table, very useful because you have this armor. It's not a full set, so you won't have bonuses, but you have to put the PLSS in the helmet to have oxygen outside, just like this. And then to fill it, just do like that. And you see 16,000 millibucket. So this is your only way to breathe on this planet outside of your airlock base. Also, the airlock is very important because if you do the airlock wrongly, all of your plants are going to pop and the water you placed is going to dry. You have 1 steel crate with nothing in it, and 1 iron crate with this methane. So black dye is going to be useful for some things. Lamps, because you don't have torch or coal. So if you're going to mine underground to light up your build, is very useful. Graphite electrodes, which you're going to need to build the arc welder. You need 2, because you can't get anything anymore else of these. So use them wisely. You don't have graphite and coal. Nickel, oak saplings, your only supply of wood that you'll ever have on this planet. Hemp, potatoes, and 1 stack of clay. It's not much. You need also to be very careful with clay. And 1 stack of dirt to place the potatoes and the hemp. I suggest you place more hemp than potatoes because you'll need hemp to make biofuel, biomass. which burns 2 items. The trees also are going to be very limited because, as you've seen in the first base, the roof size is not very big, and it's only possible in the room with the fluid tanks. So that's the first things you have. Then we move into the things that you need to make. Obviously, crafting table, furnace, burner press, lead or iron anvil, and very importantly, machine template folder, which needs paper and dye. That's why you have black dye, but you can also use sulfur, which spawns a lot in caves. To get the paper, there's only one way, and that's exploring. See this build? This is a naturally generated build. It has quite a lot of goodies inside, namely dusty filing cabinet, which can have paper in it. It will not always have paper, okay? But don't worry, there's not only one that generates, there's multiple. Here is the list of items you can get from salvaging these. Mainly tungsten. I had like 6 stacks in my survival world. Vacuum, analog circuit board if you're lucky, and steel. There's also the crash chip. I haven't found one on this map, but it can be useful to get advanced alloy, which can make some pretty good pickaxes for the start. Sword you won't need any, there is no mob on this planet because, well, no oxygen. Yeah, so advanced alloy pickaxe with Vein Miner 3, very useful. Let me see one thing. I think, yeah, there are redstone and some ores. I haven't seen lapis lazuli generates on this planet, but there is a Duna lapis ore. I haven't seen emerald yet, and quartz I haven't seen it either. I've seen diamond. Diamond generates here. Uranium, plutonium, not found any. Well, the item that generates on the planet is very limited. Aluminum, beryllium, yeah, lead. Oil, there's oil on this planet. That's very good. And that's the only thing you need to survive. So, after you found some paper, you can make the machine template, and you can make stamps. I suggest titanium because they are very sturdy. With bricks. Bricks that you obtain from the clay that you have from the start. You should replant very often to make charcoal with wood. And once you have the materials, make the blast furnace. It's quite cheap. You can make stone bricks from any stone, even Duna rock. And you can also make the extension with steel grate. You have some in your base for decoration. I suggest you remove them and make the blast furnace extension. It will save you a lot of steel. You can fuel it with lava from the crushed meteorite blocks that you break. And you need to make a steel anvil with that. That's why I suggest you make 2 anvil, because one of them is going to be converted. And to make steel, you can have iron ore, and you need to use flux, because you don't have coal. And to make flux, it's charcoal and Duna sand for the beginning. After that, you can change it for sulfur and lead powder if you make the what it's called. This block, the shredder, which I forgot to put. Shredder very useful to duplicate your ores and to make more steel using something else than flux. But flux makes 3 ingots, so that's pretty neat. After you got your first amount of steel, you should make the crucible, which can make you more steel and high-speed steel ingot, which you'll need to do some things. I forgot what was it. The titanium drill, which you'll need for the derrick. Make also the ash pit, because with ashes you can make more steel, which is always useful. I suggest also making the Stirling sawmill, because with one log you can make 4 planks, and that's it. But if you use the sawmill, with one log you make 6, sometimes you make sawdust, and with the planks you can shred them into more sawdust, and you can make sawdust briquette with the press, and if you smelt that you make charcoal. So that's the first way you're going to have a lot of charcoal. For energy, at first I suggest getting the solar boiler, because it's quite cheap. You don't need a lot of coal to power it. It only needs the sun, with aluminum and steel. Always cost steel. I suggest you put it on the roof of the first of your build, and you use this block to make the build airlock. Else, if you put the pipe like this, air is going to leak and you're going to suffocate, and the plants are going to die. So use the paintable coated universal fluid duct, which is this recipe. It's quite cheap. And with the solar boiler, I suggest you make the steam engine. It's quite cheap. It uses dense stone, which is just rock and stone. Rock and stone. Yeah. And this will be your first energy generation. You also need, I forgot to put it there, it's the steam condenser, which costs a lot of copper because of the cast copper plate, which you need to make with the crucible. And this will make the low pressure steam into water again, and it's infinite. So you hook it up to the only water source you have, and it doesn't use more water than it gives back. So it's a closed loop. After that, we have to go to the advanced machines. So the soldering station, arc welder, electric furnace. I suggest you build that. It will be very useful to make more charcoal without using any more normal furnaces, because we will have the energy generation. And the assembly machine, which can make every other machine in the game, almost. Soldering station is going to be very useful to make these analog circuit board if you don't get them from scrapping the IBM computer. This can be useful to make like oil refinery and I think the derrick. Well, not the derrick. Okay. So these are the machines that you're going to have in your base. After that, we go to the hardest part of the process, which took me hours to realize how to make, and that's plastic. Because there's 2 ways to make plastic. First, for rubber, either you use latex or rubber. Latex is very useful, very cheap, because it uses dandelion and jungle wood, but obviously you don't have any of these on Duna. And polymer bar, which is one of the plastic bar, uses coal coke, so already out of the table because you don't have any coal. So you're going to need rubber bar and bakelite, which cost these aromatic hydrocarbons and unsaturated hydrocarbons, which are hard to get, very, very tedious process, and petroleum gas. So you're going to need some oil refinery. Here's the process that I found that you could use to make unsaturated hydrocarbons. You need the alkylation unit, which can be crafted without any plastic, because all of the other machines that can get you some things already need plastic or rubber. So you put chloromethane in the alkylation unit, chloromethane which can be obtained with chlorine gas and natural gas. Natural gas you get with the oil derrick, and chlorine gas you can get from the combination oven with molysite, which is something that you can have with molysite-rich basalt, which generate at the end of near the bedrock level. There's some somewhere. So this is the only way to get unsaturated hydrocarbons, which can make you get rubber bar, and I think it's the other one, aromatic, with the again the alkylation unit. You can get aromatic hydrocarbons which can make bakelite. I also suggest getting the chemical plant, because obviously if you want to get bakelite you need this, or rubber, and the combination oven to get the hydrocarbons. This is the oil derrick. This will be your first way to generate oil. You can find oil using the oil reservoir detector, which can be crafted like this. So everything you can get on Duna. It will say on the top left if there is oil or gas detected nearby. If the oil reserve is quite far from your base, I suggest building these. The substation and the large electric pylon. You also need the cable drum, which uses steam to craft, steel to craft. This way you can make the energy travel more blocks. If you need to put it on the outside of your building, use this, because this will make the base airlock if you have blocks outside. Because if you use normal cables, there will be a air gap, and again your plants will die. So with the oil derrick you can get crude oil and natural gas. So natural gas, you know what you will be using it to make these hydrocarbons. And with the crude oil, you need to put it in the boiler. To make the boiler burn, you need the firebox, which needs oxygen, so it doesn't work outside. You need to place it in your base. So I suggest making some place to have it. Again, you can use the fluid things from the solar boiler to make the base airlock and put the fluid pipes from outside to inside. And after you have heated crude oil, you can use the refinery to make all of these: heavy oil, naphtha, light oil, and petroleum gas. And so at this point, it's like on Earth. You can use these to make more energy with industrial steam turbine that you can craft, because you really have bakelite if you use the method I said earlier. You can have also the electric heater, which is very useful because you won't need to use the charcoal anymore or biomass to burn things like the boiler. And then you can also make the centrifuge. And one thing I would say to get is the industrial liquefaction machine, because that's your only way to get water. Because remember, your water supply is limited, and there is a lot of snow on this planet, like everywhere except where there's sand, and that's your only way to get water. And if you have water, then you can make concrete. Never make concrete before you have a supply of water, because I think time will be rough for you on Mars. So concrete, yeah, it's gravel, sand, water, and cement, which you can make with slag, which you can obtain in the crucible with flux and hematite and flux. I already said how to get it. And after that, once you have some plastic going, you can just go do the rest of the mod with the rockets and stuff. Like the only difficult part of this mod is getting plastic. Once you know how to get plastic, game is played. There you have it. Well, bye bye.